Welcome to the Invitational of the 2023 Spikers Turf. This is live on the Pilipinas Live app and, of course, later on One Sports Plus. The Cignal HD Spikers making their debut here in the competition up against a Santa Rosa City Lions squad eager for a bounce back. That's right. This is the final game of the quadruple header today on a great Sunday. A lot of men's volleyball action. And as I mentioned, the city of Santa Rosa going up against Cignal HD Spikers. Cignal HD going into this as prohibitive favorites, but they never count out the Santa Rosa City Lions. Paulo de Rosario alongside Ayel Astreñero. Ayel, two teams here with this Santa Rosa City side looking to try and make amends for what was a lackluster start.
No, exactly. Good afternoon, Pao. Two teams wanting to get a win, one team wanting to bounce back after that loss against Letran, talking about Santa Rosa City Lions. Meanwhile, the Cignal HD Spikers hoping to get their first win this conference.
Let's take a look at the Pool C standings here. A lot of people thought that this could be the potential group of death because of how competitive the teams are. And we saw it in the first game day of the Santa Rosa City Lions, losing out to Letran in that first matchup.
No, exactly. And again, we have 24 teams split into 4 pools right now. Pool C is playing Santa Rosa City Lions, again, winless so far with 1 loss against Letran. And again, they would want to get that win because there's not a lot of games and only the top 2 teams will move forward to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, Cignal is just playing their first game today at this conference.
Well, one of the reasons why it was a disappointing result for Santa Rosa is because they are a team full of veterans. Now, losing against Letran, which numbers we'll see right here, was a bit of a shock to them considering that they were swept in that contest.
No, exactly. They struggled with their first ball, they struggled with their defense, and that really forced them and affected their offense. They relied a lot on their outside spikers, and that was not enough for them to win against Letran. And again, as you can see in the numbers, it was a straight set win of Letran against the Santa Rosa City Lions. Clearly, Letran dominated them in that spiking department, even in blocking, and Letran also with 1 more ace compared to Santa Rosa City Lions.
Well, Santa Rosa having a hard time getting their offense going, but when you take a look at the offense, we have to look at some of the newer pieces of the Santa Rosa City Lions squad, and we have to focus on Levi De Vera, who is one of the newer players in this team, but then was not shy to show off in his very first game.
No, you said it right, Pao. Santa Rosa really struggled finding the rhythm in offense, but De Vera, one of the fresh faces on the side of the Santa Rosa City Lions, another provincial recruit, really contributed both on offense and defense. Tallied 7 points of 4 spikes, 2 blocks, and 1 ace.
All-around performance for Levi De Vera, but then he'd want a good result to come along with his individual numbers. Kaya tignan natin if he has what it takes to mount an upset here against a very strong Cignal HD Spikers. See, now, how strong are they? Well, wala na si Mark Espejo because he is off to Korea. But then let's take a look at the lineup, and they are stacked from top to bottom. And if I'm not mistaken, they now learned a bit of French because of their out-of-town trip.
No, again, the Cignal HD Spikers is the defending champions. Again, they don't have Mark Espejo, who's currently playing in Korea, but they have the reigning best blocker in JP Bugawan, best opposite in Isay Marasigan, best libero in Manuel Sumangit, and they have great additions to Jao Manda, Lloyd Zafat, Vince Abrot, and Mark Calado. So a very stacked lineup here, a lot of talented players, and again, team chemistry-wise, they've proven that already. They're coming off a Europe trip, and again, it could be in their advantage as they played against some foreign teams in that Europe trip.
And they also know how to say croissant properly. So let's now focus on who will not be able to play today. They have a few injury worries. Ayana Perlas has this report. Ayana?
Yes, actually, before my report, Paolo and Ayel, we have a question of the day for our poll, for our viewers. Once again, in Pilipinas Live, you know, there have been a lot of anticipation, most especially that the Cignal HD Spikers are back. We know we have a lot of supporters and viewers watching us. So we have a question of the day, which is, which team will have the most aces? Is it the Cignal HD Spikers or the Santa Rosa City Lions? You guys can join the conversation online by using the hashtag SpikersTurf2023, and follow us as well at SpikersTurf on Instagram and Facebook for more updates. And when we return, the match between the Cignal HD Spikers versus the Santa Rosa City Lions, only here on Spikers Turf.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our two national referees in charge for match number 17. Our first referee is Mr. Fernando Velarde. And our second referee is Mr. Joshua Garcia Obispo. Presenting the starting lineup of your Santa Rosa City Lions. Beginning with their team captain, outside hitter number 9, Harvey Quezada. Middle blocker number 6, Levi De Vera. Opposite spiker number 11, Godfrey Aresgado. Middle blocker number 13, Roniel Rosales. Center number 14, Ish Polvorosa. Outside hitter number 20, Rizwan Muhali. And their starting libero is number 5, Rico Marmeto. The head coach of the Lions is Mr. Edward Lirio. Introducing the starters for your Cignal HD Spikers. Beginning with their team captain, opposite spiker number 8, Isay Marasigan. Outside hitter number 2, Joe Umandal. Middle blocker number 4, Peter Torres. Middle blocker number 7, JP Bugawan. Outside hitter number 10, Wendell Miguel. Center number 18, EJ Casanya. And their starting libero is number 13, Mano Sumangid. Their head coach is Mr. Dexter Glamour.
Welcome to the Paco Arena for your Spikers turf. Let's take a look at the lineups here for the Santa Rosa City Lions. And a lot of names to watch out for here. But then it'll be interesting to see how Ish Polvorosa can get the offense going here for Santa Rosa, considering their struggles scoring last time around. Sa kabila naman sa Cignal HD Spikers, again, no more Mark Espejo, who's out for Korea. But then still a loaded lineup here. Interesting to see who will take up the cudgels here. Don't forget, Jao Mandal has been one of those guys to watch out for scoring-wise, both internationally and locally. So let's see what he can do here for Cignal in their very first game here in Spikers turf. Ako po si Paolo De Rosario alongside Ayala Estraniero. Ayana Perlas is patrolling the sidelines for us, and we'll get more reports from her later on. But Ayel, a lot of people are going to be wondering, how will the Cignal HD Spikers team look after their European exposure, and how dominant they could be against a Santa Rosa team that is looking to bounce back for a disappointing opening here in Spikers turf as we get set one going.
People might say Mark Espejo is not here. Cignal is not that stuck anymore in terms of scoring. But again, Cignal has a lot of power hitters, and they found a way to recruit the reigning MVP and Jao Mandal, and a couple of players like Mark Calado, one of the top scorers also in the collegiate league in the UAAP. So really a very stacked lineup here for the Cignal HD Spikers.
Well, Santa Rosa get the first point, but then immediately an error right after gives the point back. Medyo na-excite nata ng konti.
No, you mentioned it also earlier that the steadiness of Ish Polvorosa will be very crucial in today's game.
Yeah, a familiar face in terms of Ish Polvorosa. He's been there and seen everything when the Miguel with the serve. The setup, and Bugawan with the point.
Easy outing there for Bugawan with that big quick attack, using that elevation and that length to get that point. Again, Casanya here, a very steady setter also on the side of the Cignal HD Spikers. So Santa Rosa City Lions need to find a way to get their defense going here.
Miguel on the service line, heavy serve, and that sneaks in for the ace.
Just the right spin and power to get that ace for Wendell Miguel.
The European exposure looks like it's paying off, at least very early on.
And again, I'm pretty sure they've learned a lot from that experience. And, more than that, probably it's also the different systems that they can actually use here as they play in this conference.
Swing it to the wing. The blocking was on point, but unfortunately couldn't kept in.
So far, Cignal HD Spikers looking very organized in both offense and defense, marking the right angles in that net defense as we see JP Bugawan and Isay Marasigan team up to get the kill block.
Mohali with the point there for Santa Rosa City. As Rosales takes the service line. Mandal. Well, he's known for a heavy hand, but that time electing to slow things down.
No, Mandal outsmarting that defense pattern of Santa Rosa, seeing that big hole in the middle of the court.
Well, there's an air of versatility to this Cignal team at the moment. It feels like we're seeing different modes of play. And I know it's still very early on, pero halata eh.
No, but also Casania with a lot of weapons here offensively.
Kept alive barely as Miguel sends a free ball the other way. Three blockers, slows it down. Mandal.
You know, we know Jao Mandala to be a scoring machine. Now, with him in the side of the Cignal HD Spikers, definitely they can rely a lot on Umandal to get points for them.
Well, that looked like a point that Santa Rosa looked like they already could have won, but then Cignal able to keep on plugging away. Bugawan on the service line here for the HD Spikers. Hits the tape and we keep on. Polvorosa with the setup. Miguel looking for Umandal. Better defensive play there for Santa Rosa. And the block, they're going to try and figure out where it should go, and it looks like it's going to go Cignal's way. And it looks like there will be a block touch challenge here. So challenge system being employed here on Spikers turf. As Coach Lirio was adamant that the point should go the way of the Santa Rosa City Lions. And, you know, against a team as dominant and as heavy favorites in Cignal, they're going to have to battle for every point.
Definitely. You know, Mohali here saying that there was a block touch, but the players on the side of Cignal saying that it didn't hit their hands.
Well, let's see whether or not they have the point. Alam mo, swerte tayo, Ayel, eh, kasi katabi ko yung replay machine. Eh. So, right now, I can tell you right now, in progress pa rin yung decision-making setup nila. So,
no, but talking about that previous rally, Mohali actually had the right thing in mind to like go for the hands of the blockers of Cignal because it was already well established that the blocking pattern. But then the reason why they're asking for a challenge here, that we're still waiting for the results. Mohali again is saying there's a block touch, but Cignal is saying it didn't touch their hands. It was actually just the net.
Well, they had a conversation here, first official and si Ishpol Barroso, who's acting captain here for Santa Rosa City Lions. And they're going to take a look at it again, or at least having discussion about it. So maybe a slight delay here. And, you know, considering the hot start of Cignal, a bit of a delay might actually be in favor of Santa Rosa City Lions.
No, exactly. Cignal here really starting strong in this start of the first set.
So right now, still looking through the replay machine. And both coaching staffs very interested here in what's happening. Lumalapit sila sa atin, asking us what's happening. But then we can only hear each other, Ayel.
Well, again, for both teams, every game is very important because only top two teams in all the pools will move forward to the next round of the tournament.
Yeah, and for both these teams, the goal is the same. Get their first win. You know, Cignal are heavily favored. Cignal are considered to be a championship favorite. Pero you need to get your first win out of the way first. As right now, good vibes here in Paco. Coming from Santa Rosa with love. As they're now still checking what is going to be the decision here. in terms of block touch. Again, thank you very much for joining us here on the Pilipinas Live app. And later on, thank you to those joining us on One Sports Plus or catching us on any of the replays as well. Santa Rosa City Lions against the Cignal HD Spikers here. Cignal HD coming into this one with their first ever game, fresh from a European sojourn. And again, now confirming na nakakasama na natin yung mga kaibigan natin on One Sports Plus. Of course, Santa Rosa City Lions trying to make up for the loss last time around. So you see whether or not they have a point. So antenna touch, no. I wonder why that is the indicated violation. But either way, the point will still go Cignal's way. So it's an unsuccessful challenge here for Santa Rosa City Lions. And we get back going to the volleyball here.
So right now, momentum still on the side of the Cignal HD Spikers.
But with a lengthy break, maybe frozen out. Let's see if that is the case here for Cignal. Gaon with the serve. And didn't we just say so?
You called it right, Pao. And you know, as some breaks as lengthy as that, again, can really freeze the server. So we just saw earlier, Bugawan with that service error.
Kanina, Santa Rosa were keeping warm by their, their little dancing in the middle just a while ago during the break. Kept alive as Umandal sneaks that in.
Through two blockers.
So a block touch is going to be challenged again. Well, that challenge came up quickly. In fact, the rally wasn't even done yet before Santa Rosa asked for the challenge.
They wanted to challenge that rally where Torres went for that short, for that back quick, saying that it didn't hit anyone's hand on the side of Santa Rosa. It actually hit the white line.
So again, going back to our replay machine, trying to figure out whether or not this challenge is successful or not. Very close, very quick challenges here coming from the Santa Rosa City Lions.
Now we're really feeling the sense of urgency on the side of Santa Rosa as they know every point is going to be very important for them because Cignal on the other side of the court, a lot of power hitters, a lot of scoring machines also. It's not just Jao Mandal. We know how capable Isay Marasigan, JP Bugawan also, even Wendell Miguel and Torres. Actually, everyone on the side of their court can really be a weapon offensively.
Then you look at the bench of Cignal, and you're going to have the same thing. So take a look at that, and it looks like there is a block touch. Unsuccessful challenge again for Santa Rosa. So two unsuccessful challenges here for Santa Rosa in quick order. So things not going their way early on, but we saw a while ago na freeze yung server. Let's see whether or not that will be the case this time around. But
it can be crucial on the side of Santa Rosa. It's already two unsuccessful challenges. They don't have any left on their side. Oof.
But they'd argue, at least they got 2 points out of it. 7-4 in favor of the Cignal HD Spikers, but the two service errors, it felt like were created by Santa Rosa.
And right now they have a chance here to close this small gap and gain some momentum.
Still within touching distance here. Santa Rosa. Also another service error. Baka sila na-frozen din.
Both teams are really struggling in the service line so far.
8-4 in favor of Cignal. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference 2023. Now, the Cignal HD Spikers are finally back and fresh from Europe for training camps and leisure na rin. Now, we all know how tiring traveling can be alongside all the walking, which is why 5 players obtained injuries from that trip. Now, the recovered players with minimal pain at this very moment would be Jao Umandal and EJ Casanya for their knees, Wendell Miguel and Vince Abrot for their right ankles, while Alfred Valbuena will be sitting out due to his left ankle injury. Now, all these injuries were obtained during the Europe trip due to fatigue. Back to you, Paulo and Ayel.
Thank you very much, Ayana. And of course, even with Joao Mandal with a bit of a knock, I guess, still looking very good.
They all still look so healthy and fit.
Oh, changing that mid-air, and that was some clever play there. And they need things like that to be able to keep this close within Cignal.
The blockers, Torres and Miguel letting that go last second, but Santa Rosa finding a way to score.
Cignal HD Spikers here looking good, looking strong early on. But of course, Santa Rosa already keeping it close. Torres, that is almost a trademark hit from him. But buhay pa rin dito. The blocking does its job, kept alive here. Oh, but a poor pass and saying nasilawan daw siya on the light. On the ceiling here.
That's very valid. But Santa Rosa there with great coverage, given the good blocking of Cignal. Just unfortunate for that unforced error.
Torres with the serve. And that time, Santa Rosa trimmed the lead down to 3.
Polvorosa starting to make some combination plays here. Really trying to deceive the blockers on the side of the Cignal HD Spikers.
Well, remember, this Santa Rosa team was struggling heavily in their first game to score. But this time around, they're finding different ways to do that against arguably the toughest team in the field. Polvorosa with the setup. Polvorosa again, he likes to go to the wing. That time a bit quicker and just snuck in.
No, Casanya taking control of that second ball. It was almost an overpass. Quick thinking for him to go for that 1-2 play.
4-point lead from the HD Spikers as they're trying to create some separation here. Ooh, the good block there from Miguel, but kept alive still.
Ooh.
And Bugawan with a hammer.
JP Bugawan really just dominating that sequence. No, look at that elevation.
Well, JP Bugawan and the rest of the Cignal HD Spikers, I cannot help but gush over the fact that they do look really sharp. And as I say that, Santa Rosa says, talk about us instead.
No, again, you can't take them out of the picture. They have a really good setter. They have Polvorosa to set them up. Rosales with that short running play, very effective on their end.
Polvorosa. And the blocker trying to keep that alive, but then unable to do so as Cignal now erect a 12-7 lead.
You know what's really working for Cignal here? Every time Santa Rosa gets a point, they find a way to convert a point right away, and they try to keep the ball on their side of the court as much as they can.
And then Miguel on the service line here. Battle at the net. Who wins out? Still kept alive. Polvorosa using the back. As Cignal, that time Bugawan couldn't dunk it down. Good rally here so far between these two. And a soft touch gets that through.
No, that was a great rally for both teams. Both teams having really good defense. The net defense of Cignal, it's very solid. Meanwhile, Santa Rosa, their coverage it's there, it's perfect. But this time, Wendell Miguel just outsmarting that floor defense, going for that soft touch to get that point.
He had an eternity of hang time to push that across. 13-7 right now, and then Miguel on the service line again. Yeah, when you face the favorites, your play elevates, as evidenced by that.
You know, and Mohali has been smart on offense. He knows he's gonna be well guarded, but again, he finds a way to get that point off the hands of the blockers.
Well, Mohali has been having a good game here so far, has been really pacing this Santa Rosa team early. Cignal trying to create some separation again. Soft touch that time, doesn't work. And Polvorosa with the setup and the finish from De Vera.
So far, also everyone contributing on the side of Santa Rosa. We saw Rosales earlier, this time De Vera being activated by Polvorosa.
Well, De Vera had 7 points in the last game. He was the top scorer for Santa Rosa, and he's looking every bit the part.
No, exactly, and he's a potential threat here on the front row of Santa Rosa.
And it looks like it's going to be a net touch.
But as I say that, De Vera scraping the net, committing an error here.
Well, nakita natin dito that Cignal cannot afford to be complacent because Santa Rosa are looking like a different team compared to the first one we saw last time around.
Exactly, they look more cohesive right now, and everyone contributing in the scoring department.
JP Bugaon with the serve. De Vera thought about it, double clutched in midair. Buhay pa rin dito. And De Vera able to score.
No, that power tip from De Vera works for Santa Rosa. Again, it doesn't have to be a powerful attack. Sometimes you just really need to find that hole on the defense pattern of the opponent.
Santa Rosa playing on point here so far. Arriesgado with the serve. And the tip, no good. Buhay pa rin dito. Floor defense solid still for Cignal. That time off the block. Save. Trying to relocate and swing things around, but that doesn't work for Austria.
No, that was a tough handle for Austria there.
Quesada checks in for Austria.
Now we've seen a couple of substitutions already on the side of Santa Rosa. Still trying to find that good mix of players here against the Cignal HD Spikers.
Kept alive here. Cignal trying to find a way through. That time looking for a touch, but then won't be getting it. The Santa Rosa will take the point.
Now Santa Rosa slowly trying to close the gap here.
Well, they aren't just keeping it competitive. They're in this game still. Mohali on the service line for the Santa Rosa City Lions. Going around, but that time a bit too long. Looking for a check ball. There will be a video review here. Cignal using their first challenge, looking for a block touch.
No, the line judge called it out, but Isay Marasigan quite sure that there was a touch.
Well, that's also up to the coach as well to determine whether or not he can trust his players for calls like that. As Cignal HD are going to check whether or not there is a block touch as the replay is ongoing. And parang puko lang ah. But that is counted, so it is a block touch.
Really sharp eyes there from Isay Marasigan.
You know, just maybe a nail cutter could have made a difference. But then at the moment, it is 16-11 in favor of Cignal. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Ako yung bagong pasok ko. So kailangan yung sistema nila ma-adapt ko agad. Mas consistent lang yung nangyayari ngayon. Sila, the way sila maglaro as a team, hindi isang tao lang yung bumubuhay sa amin. Okay sila, yung chemistry, yung gel sa paglalaro, as a team, hindi as individual. Dodoblein ko yung sikap na makuha yung championship ngayon ng Cignal. Kunin namin yung back-to-back.
Watch Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via www.filipinaslive.com. Cignal HD up ahead against Santa Rosa City Lions, 16-11. Pero kanina, Ayel, we were talking about what Santa Rosa have been doing so well, and that has been their floor defense, their net defense. They've been extending rallies. They have been frustrating a Cignal team who look on point this conference.
No, exactly. If they're doing one thing good, it's definitely their floor defense. Again, you said that right. They're extending the rallies. They're finding a way to slow down the attackers. But again, on their side of Santa Rosa, they need to find a way to score points because that's the way they can close this gap. But so far, again, nothing to say about their defense. It has been really solid so far in this set.
Well, Santa Rosa, even if they get their defense on point, you're absolutely right. Scoring and finishing the plays is what matters. And right now, they're getting a bit of help from Cignal with a couple of service errors going their way. That may be around 4 or 5 already for Cignal by my count.
No,
so let's take a look at that later.
Cignal here giving some life and confidence for Santa Rosa with their service errors.
Arby Quesada with the serve. Mandal dealt with that. And that was a statement, or it felt like that, coming from Cignal.
Cleaner hit this time coming from Isay Marasigan.
Well, Isay Marasigan and the rest of the Cignal HD Spikers, who are not yet complete, sabi nila that they were tired from traveling around Europe. Fatigue injuries. And that time, the miscom, it just goes to show that Santa Rosa offensively aren't there yet.
No, we talked about the minor injuries of Cignal, but they really look still so fit as Santa Rosa here forced to call a timeout.
Ang nangyayari kasi sa atin, medyo aligaga tayo eh. Diba sa mga ginagawa natin? First, mag-usapan. Tandaan, kung ano yung play. Diba? Makinig tayo, hindi pa pwedeng, give and take lang naman yan eh. Ha? Pagka-receive, mag-set up tayo. Kaya. Let's go.
No, good point there. Santa Rosa really looking disorganized right now. They can do well on defense, but they are always out of a system. The reason why they struggle a lot in converting points and in their offense generally. So they need to find a way to be still in system.
Well, this Cignal HD side has to deal with a Santa Rosa team that may have changed things earlier on in terms of offense, as you mentioned a while ago. The timeout doing wonders. And of course, you just saw a while ago the pictures of the crowd here at the Paco Arena. Feel free to come by if you still have the time. Of course, catching all this great Spikers turf action. 19-14 in favor of Cignal at the moment, but Santa Rosa not going away. The push from Marasigan, not that time. The setup, the blocking, it works out. Almost running to each other again. Quesada with the save. Push the other way, battle at the net. And eventually, well, it is Cignal saying that the pancake save worked, but then the official is saying otherwise.
The patience and defense slowly working here for Santa Rosa City Lions. And you have Rosales as one of the bright spots here on the side of Santa Rosa.
Well, Porvorosa looks like he's in the mood here. Ooh. And still great defensive work for Santa Rosa. We've been talking about how great that's been all game long. They go to the wing that time and scoring off the block.
No, but again, the elevation of Cignal HD Spikers slowing down the attacks of Santa Rosa. But this time, Hernandez getting that point.
Well, timeout here for Cignal. Assistant in.
Si Isa, kailangan talaga gumagalaw, nag-BB. Nag-BB. Sino dito? Si Wendell. O, B. Tapos may 1 ka dito. Meron ka rin doon. So si Isa, pwede yan. Taas mo na ng konti. Medyo mababa, kaya namamadali. Magsisimula yan sa isang maayos na pasa. Pasa, sistema, kung dito, reverse mo. Kung doon, dito. Okay? Go, 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 go.
Go, go, Signal! Signal!
Oh, some short reminders there, but we have some tweets here from Bautista, Daniel B. Let's go Cignal.
And of course, using our hashtag SpikerSurf2023. Do we still call them tweets?
I'm not
Our
sure.
X's? I'm not quite sure. But either way, back to action here. Cignal, of course, trying to reorganize after Santa Rosa have been showing a lot of fight here. And that time, the blocking unable to keep that in. What a way to respond here for Cignal.
No, Cignal here slowly reaching the end of the set, but Santa Rosa still not out of this game.
Well, they're showing a lot of fight here, talking about Santa Rosa City Lions. Miguel with the serve, that time a bit too long. We mentioned a while ago that Cignal have allowed Santa Rosa to stay in terms of service errors. 5 already here for the Cignal HD Spikers.
If there's one department they're currently struggling, talking about the Cignal HD Spikers, it's definitely their serving.
Well, Santa Rosa right now, courtesy of Rosales on the service line. Mandal. Oh, and the blocking was solid. A 2-man block getting it done.
Now, Mandal there read well by Gampong. Actually, just a one-man block. Great read.
And you saw Mandal, his reaction to it. He was like, okay, okay. 2-point lead here for Cignal. Santa Rosa close to catching up here. Good coverage coming from Santa Rosa. Miguel to Umandal. Umandal, the soft touch.
Umandal knows his power hits are being defended. They're waiting for his power hits. This time, just slowing things down. Great show of control there. Ish Polvorosa has seen that just late in reacting.
Bugawan here trying to create some distance again from Santa Rosa. Already 2 attack points. Si Bugawan. And the 6th service error here for Cignal.
No, Cignal HD Spikers, they're giving a lot of free points for the Santa Rosa City Lions.
Well, again, in men's volleyball, the service game a bit more different considering that it is a source for points. So they normally take more risks anyway. Mandal. The oohs and the ahs ring out here at the Paco Arena.
You know, a faster and more powerful hit this time for Jao Mandal, going for that very explosive approach.
Well, no one was getting in front of that one as timeout called on the floor.
Kailangan umangat kayo. Di ba? Kunin yung puntos. Pag nakuha natin itong puntos, tayo yan. Maniwala lang kayo, ha? Maniwala. Tapatan mo. Spiking arm. Spiking arm. Tatapatan, ha? Okay. Huli natin itong puntos sa isa. Huli natin.
Well, Santa Rosa are confident and looking defiant here. They feel like if they can get a point, they can get the set.
Oh, just keep the faith here. That's the mantra of the Santa Rosa City Lions. And again, Cignal giving them some confidence with their errors on the service line.
Isay Marasigan on the service line here, trying to prove Ayala Estraniero wrong.
Now, crucial one here. Crucial service on the side of Cignal here.
Played it safe with that serve. And what an answer coming from Santa Rosa. Gampong climbing up the ladder.
And again, with that safe serve, they allowed Santa Rosa to get that good first touch of the ball and allowed Ish Polvorosa to set up Gampong with only one blocker with him there. An easy outing this time on the side of Santa Rosa.
Mohali on the service line for Santa Rosa. Cignal only up by 2. Competitive first frame here between the Lions and the HD Spikers. The push and the block.
Ish Polvorosa reading that well. Jao Mandal being guarded in that attack. That press of the hands, the risk of Ish Polvorosa, he just knew what to do in that sequence.
Musafat coming in, as well as Asia. As Casanya will step out for the meantime, as well as Isay Marasigan. So Santa Rosa smells blood in the water. I know they're Lions, but they're looking like sharks.
Oh, they're putting a lot of pressure right now on the Cignal HD Spikers. They have a double sub here. Coach Dex wants a complete front row here for more offensive strategy and offensive options.
Mohali trying to keep this going for Santa Rosa. They go to the wing, and there's no stopping that one.
Asia looking for the hot hands. Jao Mandal here. Jao Mandal making up for that error earlier. That decision to slow things down.
Mandal on the service line here. A good serve here could make all the difference in this first frame. Mandal. And that time, just pulling that short.
No, exactly. De Vera actually had the right thing in mind, going for the power tip, avoiding Miguel in that sequence, but just fell short on that. Was too far from the net to get that power tip in.
Well, Mandal looking to claim the frame. That time, Santa Rosa refusing to go away.
And right now, the decision making, the ball distribution of Ish Polvorosa making wonders on the side of Santa Rosa City Lions.
And a timeout from Cignal as they try to close this out.
Jewel, parehas maliit yung dulo, Quesada, tsaka dito si Ish. Okay, so pasahan lang muna natin ng maayos. Okay, kailangan mapatalo ng magitna, Peter. Pero pag wala, sabihin mo sa kanya wala. Ibig sabihin, pwede mo ibigay kay Peter na 0 tempo. Okay? Dito si Peter manggagaling, di ba? So Peter, tapos running short, 5 na lang. Single block na lang ito ni Wendell, si Ish. Okay? So ang pasa natin medyo dito.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Trying to draw things out here, talking about Cignal trying to end this early because Santa Rosa looked like they could mount a comeback here. They've been looking very solid in the past few points.
Exactly, and that was a very technical timeout on the side of the Cignal HD Spikers. Let's see if they are able to execute that here right now.
Miguel. Again, the defensive work for Santa Rosa has been on point. Pero buhay pa rin dito. Asia with the setup and Umandal with the finish. That's an exclamation point.
No, Asia just knowing Jao Mandal was ready for that back row attack. And again, Jao Mandal just doing Jao Mandal things, finishing that set with a lot of power in that attack.
Well, the first frame goes Cignal's way after what was a very competitive 25-22 set number 1. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Paco Arena. This is the Spikers Tour 2023 Invitational Conference. Cignal HD Spikers taking set number 1 against the Santa Rosa City Lions, 25-22. Take a look at some of the highlights here. Ayel, we were talking about how it was such a hot start for Cignal. They look like a class above. But then the defense and maybe even the timeouts, the challenges early on, really put cold water into the fire that was at the Cignal HD Spikers.
No, exactly. The Cignal HD Spikers, they were very sharp in the start of the set, but a couple of challenges, a couple of timeouts froze them on that service line. One department that they really struggled on in that first set. And again, for the Santa Rosa City Lions, they stayed patient, they stayed steady in their defense that worked well for them towards the end. As you see the numbers on your screens, Cignal with 15 attacks, just 2 more against the 13 of the Santa Rosa City Lions. Surprisingly, Cignal with only 1 kill block, but they had a lot of soft touches that allowed them to transition. Meanwhile, Santa Rosa with 2 blocks. Both teams struggled on the service line, a couple of service errors also on the side of Santa Rosa, and both teams tried to limit their errors, but Santa Rosa with 1 more against Cignal HD Spikers.
You know, we were worried about the attacking of the attack points of the Santa Rosa City Lions, but then with 13 against Cignal's 15, it looks like offensively they look okay in this game. A far cry from what we saw in their first matchup against Letran. Santa Rosa get us going here in set number 2. Again, the defense on point here for Santa Rosa. It's that time just pulling that long. Talk about Santa Rosa, Cignal with the first point.
Muhali with that attack error. A risky set there from Ish Polvorosa to make his back row attackers his first option.
And interesting to see how Cignal will serve the rest of this game. That is kept alive barely. Blocking, slow that down. Polvorosa with the setup. The push, no good, coming from Arriesgado. Buhay pa rin dito. Arriesgado again. And right now, almost running over our cameraman, but still, Cignal with the 2.
No, Santa Rosa really showing a lot of hard work and effort in their floor defense. Everyone with that coverage, they know where to cover. They know the angles of the HD Spikers. It's just a matter of really converting it into points.
Pushed up. Still alive. Casanya with the setup to Omandal.
Because if we're talking about points, Jao Omandal, the leading scorer of HD Spikers right now.
Take a look at this. Jao Omandal starting to heat up here. 3-0 start here for Cignal HD Spikers. Kept alive here, Polvorosa. Arriesgado. That time, the blocking on point here for Cignal HD Spikers, their first block point.
And again, despite that only 1 block kill in the first set for the HD Spikers, their blocking formation, their blocking pattern, it has been very solid, really slowing things down in the offense of the Santa Rosa City Lions.
Well, Cignal starting out this frame not quite with the energy that they did in the first set, but then they're going about this very professionally. Finding ways to score over and over again, and that time scoring off the block.
No, I guess they learned their lesson. They gave up a lot of points in that first set, which allowed Santa Rosa to keep things close right now. Cignal making sure that they start strong here and try to keep the ball on their side.
Well, Cignal on a 5-0 trot to start out this frame. Pushing that forward, still nothing there. That time they go to the wing, and that looks like it's off the hands of Arriesgado.
No, Marasigan had a huge space to go cross-court from that sequence, but choosing down the line and using the hands of Arriesgado to get that point.
Actually, it may have looked like it hit the tape and did the right job as Arriesgado trying to make up for it. Santa Rosa still scoreless in this set.
Ooh.
Free ball for Cignal to work with. Who did they turn to here? They set that up. And Marasigan couldn't take advantage. Arriesgado, wala pa rin. Kept alive here. And still Cignal, their net defense activated, and they are up 7-0.
No, Bugawan all over Ichiran there. Ichiran trying to go for that power tip. But, you know, when you have Bugawan on the other side.
Sanya. And finally a point going the other way, and that's courtesy of a net touch here for Cignal. They are saying that there was not a net touch. They will not challenge this, talking about the Cignal HD Spikers. So finally Santa Rosa on the board. But then Cignal feels like they have woken up after that first frame.
Again, showing some urgency here after that close first set.
That time, it is Cignal again. 8-1, sending us to our first technical timeout.
Welcome back to the Spikers Turf 2023 Invitational Conference. Now, the Santa Rosa City Lions are still feeling down after that loss against Letran. And according to head coach Ed Lirio, it was really because of their lack of preparation coming into the conference. They only had 2 weeks of preparation. But even with this, they want to use the loss as a motivation kasi alam naman nila na veteran team pa rin sila. Pareho pa rin naman yung core nila and sistema nila. So all that Coach Ed needs from them are more reps and heart in every game. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Sayana Perlas, with that report. And you take a look at the Santa Rosa team, especially in that first set. You could see the potential there. Defensively, they could be a solid unit. But offensively, that was their problem in the previous match. And right now, the problem here in set number 2.
And you know, Cignal continues to dominate them in that net defense. The Santa Rosa City Lions starting to doubt their offense and decision making because Cignal just knowing what angles and knowing who to guard at a certain play.
9-1. What a start here for the Cignal HD Spikers.
Definitely a cleaner start here, but Wendell Miguel with a service error there.
Well, right now, if you look at the score, that is an error that they're probably okay with on Cignal HD Spikers when it comes to risk and reward.
Well, they have the luxury here as this is a 7-point game right now.
Roniel Rosales trying to spark some offense here for the Santa Rosa City Lions. Sanya with the setup. Kept alive, and Arriesgado with their first attack point here of the frame.
Oh, great cover there from Arriesgado, and De Vera with a quick reaction there. Arriesgado taking advantage of that loose block of Bugawan.
Umandal. Ooh. And that is ruled in.
But you know, for Cignal, if they want an automatic point, if they want an instant point, you know, they have Jao Umandal there.
There's some hits from Jao Umandal where you feel like you have to add extra U's to his name. Kasi grabe talaga na papa. Ooh.
Oh, again, it's the reigning MVP.
Safe serve again from Cignal HD Spikers. And managing to keep it alive. Umandal able to send it across. Polvorosa with the setup. Good blocking again for the Cignal HD Spikers. Torres looks like he's claiming that one.
Now, anyone on the front row of the Cignal HD Spikers can really be a threat in that net defense.
Well, this second frame has been incredible. Umandal already with 8 points overall. Ito naman si Semarasig, with JP Bugawan rather, 5 points in set 2 alone.
It has been a collective effort on the side of the Cignal HD Spikers in terms of scoring.
And that time, the defense of the Santa Rosa City Lions coming alive. We were praising them all throughout in the first frame for their defense, and it's the first time it really showed up here.
And Resgado here and De Vera this time anticipating, reading that well, reading that the ball going to Jao Omandal.
Resgado with the serve. Torres unable to score with that one. We go back to Marasigan.
Not the most perfect of sets to Marasigan, but Marasigan being natural athletic as he is, just knowing what to do with that ball.
Marasigan on the service line here, 12-4 in favor of Cignal. That time sending that a bit wide.
Looks like Marasigan wanted to target zone 5 intentionally, just too much angle for him.
12-5. Cignal HD set to receive here 5 serving 12.
Ooh.
And the timing all wrong there for Wendell Miguel.
Exactly, Wendell Miguel trying to deceive the defense of the Santa Rosa, trying to go for that soft touch, but was out of position to get that ball in, get that ball across the net.
Muhali. Good serve there coming from Santa Rosa, but even a better attack here coming from Mandal.
Casania showing a lot of ball control with that one-hand set. And Jao Mandal giving justice to that perfect set.
Mandal on the service line here, 13-6. Barbosa with the setup. Sanya again. And trying to keep it alive, but even if the bench parted, unable to save it.
You know, Marmento has been very solid as a libero on the side of the Santa Rosa City Lions. He was in the perfect position to get that dig. It was just too powerful for him to contain, but great decision for him to stay in that zone.
Too much sauce on that one as Omandal with the serve. That time from the back. And that will go the way of Santa Rosa. And finally, signs of life here from the City Lions.
Better transition in that previous sequence from Santa Rosa. No, they need that good first touch of the ball. They need that service reception well so Ish Polvorosa can get things going offensively. But if they get a chance, they need to find a way to keep that ball on their side as well. Another missed opportunity for them to gain some momentum here.
Cignal just 1 point away from sending us to our second technical timeout. Peter Torres on the service line here. The gentle push means Omandal will do the setting up. It's a reversal of roles, and it still works out anyway.
Not good. Casania wants to be part of the scoring board here, getting that attack point.
16-7, and our second technical timeout. We'll be right back.
lahat sinasabi, ang lakas ng team nyo. Walang malakas para sa akin kasi kung ako naman yung nasa kabilang team, so talunin yung mga nasa taas. Ang iniiwasan talaga namin yan nga yung pagiging complacent sa laro. Ang sabi lang ni coach is every game no mercy. During training, kailangan 100% para pagdating ng game, 100% or mas mahigit pa.
Watch PBA 3x3's second conference this year every Monday and Tuesday only on One Sports, PBA Rush, and the Pilipinas Live app. PBA 3x3, laro ng tatlo. And Cignal HD, we saw in that VTR a while ago from Wendell Miguel, fighting against complacency. And that's going to be important if they want to really meet all the expectations set beforehand.
And right now, with the score that we have, it really looks like they're not staying complacent. Rather, they actually found that urgency in that first set to play better and cleaner in the second set. But if there's still one department, they're currently struggling. It's still on the service line. And somehow it just makes sense because they really want to serve strong to be able to disrupt that service reception of Santa Rosa.
Quesada. Kept alive there. Quesada with the pass to the libero. And a little bit of a scramble there for Santa Rosa, unable to put that across. 10-point lead now here for Cignal.
You know, for Santa Rosa, they need to recognize that they can't go for those soft touches, especially that Cignal HD Spikers, the players in front, they have long hands. They have the length to actually get that kill block.
That is Gado with the push. Casanya with the setup. Again, the timing just a bit off there.
That set was a bit low. Bugawan also trying to switch his angle there, forcing him to commit that error.
For Santa Rosa, Polvorosa here on the service line. The veteran, he has been a bit of a journeyman when it comes to club teams. He knows how to win no matter where he goes. Has yet to do so here with Santa Rosa City Lions, but that time the blocking was where it needed to be here for Santa Rosa.
Again, some life here on the side of Santa Rosa City Lions. So that combination play didn't work well for the Cignal HD Spikers. Was well read.
Polvorosa, just enough. And it felt like another statement from Wendell Miguel as Wendell Miguel restores a 9-point lead.
No, but Wendell Miguel making up for that error earlier in his attack. This time, a cleaner hit from him. A lot of space in the cross-court attack.
19-10 in favor of the Cignal HD Spikers, trying to make it a 10-point lead once more. Miguel on the service line. And what has been a really professionally conducted second set here for the Cignal HD Spikers. And just some little miscommunication there for Santa Rosa, who have been so good in the coverage, especially in set number 1.
No, exactly. It was a good touch from Rosales. It was a good coverage, but there was no support coming from his teammates. And on the side of Cignal right now, they have a really strong lineup in the front row. They have Omandal, Bugawan, and Isay Marasigan.
And an ace there. The high risk, high reward. That's the reward. 21-10, timeout on the floor. Santa Rosa sue for time. Let's listen in.
Ito ba yung tinatawanan kayo dyan? Diba? Oo, nakikita mo ha.
Laban natin.
Kung ganun, anong gagawin natin? Hindi tayo makapag-setup, hindi tayo maka-atake eh. Ayusin nyo muna yung ano natin, receive. Tapos yung, boys, yung pattern natin, sundin naman natin, please. Doon lang naman pumapatak yung bola nila eh. Diba? Pinag-aralan naman natin yan. Ang mahirap, di natin yung pinag-aralan eh. Tapang naman, boys. Oh, hindi pa naman tapos eh.
Go, go, go.
Diba? Mahihirapan niya sa'yo pag di natin nakuha to.
Laban.
Ilaban niya, ilaban niya.
Fighting words there for Santa Rosa as they're trying to look for a bit more here in what has been a second set that was has been dominated here by Cignal HD Spikers.
Now for Santa Rosa, what worked for them in the first set was really their defense, but right now it's not showing. It's one department lacking from them, and that affects their offense as well. So right now, a lot of things has to be done or adjusted on the side of Santa Rosa as Wendell Miguel gets another service ace here.
Well, they were actually asking for better reception in that timeout for Santa Rosa, and that time, not there.
No, Cignal here elevated their game, so Santa Rosa also needs to elevate their game here as clearly the Cignal HD Spikers has dominated and controlled this second set.
Wendell Miguel on the service line, 2 aces already. Kept alive here, setting up Umandal, and Umandal with the finish.
A great play there from Casania. Bugawan also deceiving the blockers, forcing Rosales to be late and closing that gap. Only one blocker left for Jao Umandal, and they can't have just one blocker in front of Umandal.
Wendell Miguel has made a home in that service line. Better reception there coming for Santa Rosa, but Marasigan was there first.
No, again, the soft touches, the soft tips, it's not going to work on the side of the Santa Rosa City Lions. Cignal HD Spikers has been on point on that net defense.
Wendell Miguel for set point here for Cignal HD Spikers. And that time it is the net defense of Cignal HD that get them across 25-10 in what has been a dominant second frame here for the Cignal HD Spikers.
Exactly, they banked on their strength and that net defense, and it has been that bright spot on the side of the Cignal HD Spikers.
We'll be right back, don't go away. Welcome back to the Paco Arena for your Spikers Turf 2023 Invitational Conference. A dominant second set here for the Cignal HD Spikers against the Santa Rosa City Lions, 25-10. And it felt like, we were talking about this a while ago, parang effortless for the Cignal HD Spikers in the sense that they let the system do their work for them.
No, exactly. For the Cignal HD Spikers, they found their flow in the start of the second set, and they did not look back. Definitely, they controlled the game. They led all throughout, and like what you mentioned, it's just their system proving their dominance here against Santa Rosa in that second set. They were very organized on the side of Santa Rosa. Meanwhile, what worked for them in the first set was really their defense, but it was one thing lacking. And again, with their faulty first ball, they became predictable in that offense, as clearly Cignal here dominating in all departments with 13 attacks versus just the 2 of Santa Rosa. They are very big disparity here, and their net defense, again, it was one of their strengths in that second set. 8 versus the 2 of Santa Rosa. They became better in the service line. Wendell Miguel with a lot of consistency towards the end of that second set, and Cignal here even committing more errors against the Santa Rosa City Lions. So generally just a perfect set for the Cignal HD Spikers.
Well, Cignal HD Spikers have now rotated their lineup here. So interesting to see how this group will do against a Santa Rosa team that's already warm, already ready here. Now remember, in that first frame, it was their defense that really proved to be the difference maker and actually kept the first frame competitive. But in the second, they just were overwhelmed by Marasigan, by Bugawan, by Umandal. And Umandal not on the floor at the moment here for the Cignal HD Spikers.
It's a completely different lineup here on the side of the Spikers, but you have JP Bugawan still a starter here in this third set. But we now can see the new faces of the HD Spikers. You have Calado and Josafat, and also brought in to start in this third set.
Asia to serve here for Cignal HD. And scoring off the block immediately.
Cignal HD Spikers again getting that point off a kill block.
They're saying it's a floor touch. The challenge at least is up here. So that is the challenge. Santa Rosa, remember, they started out set number 1 with a series of challenges that we felt slowed down the Cignal HD Spikers by freezing them out on the service line.
Exactly, and pretty much the reason why they were also able to keep close, as they responded positively after every challenge and after every timeout. But for Santa Rosa, they need to find a way to get that good first ball, because without it, them being out of system, they become so predictable on the side of Cignal HD Spikers.
And that is, yes, according to our officials, according to the replay system, the challenge system rather. So the point is unsuccessful, so the point will go to Cignal HD. And Santa Rosa trying to go down the line, and it sneaks in.
Arriesgado with that clean hit going down the line.
So it should be 1-1, at least that's what it says here on the in the venue. Kept alive here, free ball for Santa Rosa to play with. The setup and a hit. Santa Rosa takes the lead here.
A great decision for Ish Polvorosa to go to De Vera. Both blockers on the side of the HD Spikers late in closing that angle.
Now with a whole new lineup in front of them, Santa Rosa may have found a bit of confidence here. Josafat, that time, unable to get that through. The blocking on point, and the Santa Rosa City Lions are roaring again.
Better start here on the side of Santa Rosa, reading the offense of Cignal HD Spikers well.
3-1 here for Santa Rosa as they look to build on this. Asia with the setup, and that is a great answer coming from Cignal.
Safat here, really happy with that attack.
That is Abrot, who really enjoyed that. See, Vince
Abrot
Abrot. Let's take a look at that again. So Vince Abrot Well, everyone enjoyed that moment here for Cignal HD. See Jewel Asia just turning and laughing. So here he is, Vince Abrot, trying to tie this all up. And the point goes back to, or rather they will take it again. Pati yung first official natin natawa eh.
Some confusion there.
Hit the tape, and Santa Rosa will deal with this. That time sending it out wide.
Arriesgado trying to target a certain zone. Just lacked risk action there.
All knotted up at 3 apiece. Cignal HD are hoping that the first few points were just them adapting, considering that it is a relatively new lineup they're fielding at the moment. Soft touch. Not that time. Bugawan climbing the ladder, getting on top. And Cignal are on top again.
Bugawan straight to Austria there. Was actually in the perfect zone to defend that ball. But again, all this power hits on the side of the HD Spikers. It's difficult to defend.
Abrot on the service line. Heavy serve. Barbarossa with the setup. Goes to the other side of the court. And that time, it is Santa Rosa. We're finding a bit of rhythm. More competitive already here in set number 3.
Oh, that missed contact from Gampong. Working well for him to get that point.
Arriesgado on the service line. Still alive here. Hero with the save. And that time, the triple blocking gets it done. It felt like there was a red wave that enveloped that ball.
A triple block on Gampong there. All spaces, all angles closed for him.
Mark Calado will claim that point.
A great team effort there on the side of the HD Spikers.
That time a bit too long. No challenges here from Cignal.
Oh, definitely a tighter start here in this third set.
Asia with the setup. That time the blocking on point for Santa Rosa. But just a bit better here coming from Cignal.
No, again and again, it has been the net defense of the Cignal HD Spikers slowing things down, really guarding the angles of the Santa Rosa City Lions.
Hospat and Njika combined there. And Njika able to sneak that in between the blocker and the net.
Asia and Iniga there, connecting really well.
Another look at that here. Just striking that down. Was a fat with the serve. Barbarossa with the setup. That time Abrot could not keep that in.
Oh, they found Abrot in transition, not ready for that defense. A great angle there from Gampong.
Well, much more competitive here from Santa Rosa City Lions. A lot more energy from them, and that time the reception still not working out for Abrot.
No, in the Santa Rosa City Lions, they've been targeting Abrot here in that first ball.
Let's see what Santa Rosa do here. And they send it long, so we're going to go to our first technical timeout with Cignal cradling just a 1-point lead. We'll be right back.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf 2023 Invitational Conference. Now, I want to talk about head coach Dex Clamor's annual challenge to his team. Now, this year, ang challenge niya is actually to take things slow. Kasi alam ni coach that the team, especially the new players, feel the pressure dahil lagi nilang naririnig na powerhouse yung team nila. But they still need to remember that everyone is out there to beat them and that they need to always go back to the basics. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Sayana Perlas, with that report and taking it slow. Interesting mindset here for the Cignal HD Spikers. So let's see whether or not they can pay dividends this season. Calado on the service line here. It was a relatively slow start here for Cignal HD Spikers after a dominant set number 2. And that time, the blocking not working out for Njigha as we are now tied up at 8 apiece.
Rosales just knowing how to get a point, and Rosales has been the consistent bright spot on the side of the Santa Rosa City Lions.
Austria. Njigha able to make up for that last error.
Faster transition this time. Again, Asia and Njigha just really showing great connection.
9-8 in favor of Cignal HD Spikers in what has been a competitive set number 3 here. Santa Rosa were stubborn in set number 1, outclassed in set number 2, and in set number 3, also there's a warning issued already on Sumangin. As Njigha on the service line here. Floated just beyond the line.
And Njigha intentionally going to that zone 5. Just too much float in that serve.
So a chance here for Santa Rosa to regain the lead. Remember, they did take the lead early on in set number 3.
Well, definitely Santa Rosa looking more confident here in this third set, as Cignal has a total of 11 errors on that service line. Meanwhile, Santa Rosa with 5.
Abrot able to score and regain the lead here for the HD Spikers. You know, if you're Santa Rosa and you're looking at the way they've been playing, they feel they could be competitive against this lineup of the Cignal HD Spikers.
And they're making sure that they're taking that opportunity really well. They're keeping this game close.
Ito naman si Jewel Asia. Locking does his job there. Almost a miscue here for Cignal HD Spikers. Polvorosa with the setup, and that time just finding that gap in the defense.
They've been trying to go for those power tips. This time, it works for Santa Rosa. Abrot not in the position to get that defense.
Margarete on the service line here. And Bugawan enjoyed that one.
And you know, with the height, the elevation of Bugawan, he's just very difficult to defend. Both on the floor defense and the net defense, he just really knows how to dominate.
Vince Abrot on the service line again for the Cignal HD Spikers. And Santa Rosa, who have had such a hard time scoring in set number 2, have now forced a 9th deadlock here.
If they have one strength, they definitely have the strength in the middle. That's why that pass is very important for them, talking about Santa Rosa.
Asia with the setup and the push from Josafat, unable to stay in as Santa Rosa take the lead.
Oh, Josafat trying to go for the hands, but did not work well for them. Right now, momentum definitely on the side of Santa Rosa.
Well, Cignal have to be careful here. And Santa Rosa have to make better use of their opportunities. So let's see how the Cignal HD Spikers respond to this as JP Bugawan on the service line. Calado. Barbarossa setting up Austria. And just got lost there talking about Cignal HD Spikers.
Austria there with that simple attack, but no coverage on the side of the Cignal HD Spikers.
Ito naman si Gampong trying to increase the lead here for the Santa Rosa City Lions. They have yet to go to technical timeout with the lead.
Gampong also one of the impact players on the side of Santa Rosa.
And overreaching there.
Easy
call.
Easy call. It was very clear. The ball was still on the side of the HD Spikers. De Vera disrupting that setting of Asia.
Marasigan Casanya set to check back in. As Josafat will take a seat. 13 all here as a few of the regular customers of the Cignal HD Spikers have returned, trying to steady the ship here against what has been a very competitive Santa Rosa City Lions team here in set number 3.
Ooh.
Free ball to deal with here. Calado.
Calado, UAP standout. Top scorer on his own right. Introducing himself here with the Cignal HD Spikers.
14-13 in favor of Cignal. As Casanya goes back to the service line. And it looks like it's a net touch.
Polvorosa could not control his momentum there, scraping the net while in transition to set that ball.
Better look at that here. There's the touch. 15-13. And I believe there may be a replay review here, or they'll just... Or rather, they will count here for Cignal HD. 16-13. We'll be right back to go away.
Open spiker ko is Kuya Brian Bagunas and Kuya Mark Espejo. Utility ko, Hero Austria. Setter ko, Kuya Ish Polvorosa. And middle ko naman is Kuya Bugawan and Kuya Kim Malabunga. And libero ko is Kuya Rico Marmeto. Sobrang lakas ng team na yun.
Watch the Spikers surf live and HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipiNasLive.com. Thank you very much for joining us here in the Paco Arena as the Cignal HD Spikers look to see off the Santa Rosa City Lions, who are putting up a fight here in set number 3, 2-0 in favor of the Cignal HD Spikers, but Santa Rosa refused to go down without a fight after what was a lackluster second frame. They have come out swinging here in set number 3.
Santa Rosa just being better overall, but this time, Calado outsmarting the net and floor defense of Santa Rosa, just really going for that soft touch perfectly right behind the blockers. No defense found there on the side of Santa Rosa.
Calado here in the service line. 3 points, the difference between these two. What a serve there, but kept alive. Polforosa could not find anyone with that setup. Abrot.
Abrot with that quick risk action there, putting a lot of speed in that attack.
Well, kanina tinarget si Abrot for a couple of points, and Abrot making up for that with that one.
Making sure he gets to maximize the gaps in between the blockers. Talking about Abrot.
Mark Calado tried to sneak that in the corner, but that time doesn't work. 4-point lead, make that a 3-point lead here for Cignal HD Spikers, with Santa Rosa trying to make the most out of that error.
A chance here for Santa Rosa to gain the momentum back on their side as they were ahead earlier.
Hero Austria checks back in, goes straight to the service line. Powerful serve there. From the back, and Calado showing everyone that, yeah, I'm coming from the bench, but I still got the hammer.
And Casania, great playmaking here. Just really perfect ball distribution.
Bonono checks in and will go straight to the service line. Quick timeout, 4-point lead for Cignal HD. Let's listen in.
Iniisahin natin. Tandaan, pag nakuha to, makukuha natin yung set na yan. Maliwanag. Ang dami kasi natin. Ito boys, iwasan natin yung mga setup na para tayo nagkakagulo. Sinabi ko lang kanina, option. Okay? Alam na natin kung saan tayo pupunta. Again, umpisahan natin sa magandang receive, maayos na set, madiscarding palo. Ganun na, paulit-ulit ako sa ganun na. Ano nangyari? Wala, tandaan, pag naitaas na yan, gawa na ng paraan. Pag naiset na, yung palo, gawa na ng paraan. Let's go! Let's go!
Again, welcome back to the Paco Arena with the Santa Rosa City Lions trying to stay competitive against the Cignal HD Spikers. Please do come on over. Let's take a look at some of the comments on X. I'm just simply me says, let's go awesome nation. Of course, referring to the fans of Cignal. Lampas kalahati na ata ng katawan ni Bugawa ng lampas sa net. Yes, absolutely. From Franz Halili, it feels like that too, especially from our point of view.
Exactly.
Kept alive here.
Ooh.
And Abrot unable to keep that in. And that was a wild change mid-air coming from the Cignal HD Spikers.
Cignal HD Spikers trying to execute that classic play that we see a lot from Japan teams.
Well, we do learn from watching. We do learn a lot from watching international volleyball, and there is a net touch challenge here from Cignal HD Spikers as we turn to our challenge system. So 19-15 in favor of the Cignal HD Spikers before this challenge, and we were making a point a while ago that Cignal have used the entirety of their roster, and it feels like what we knew before this is true now. They are a stacked team. They are filled up from top to bottom.
No, they really have the luxury of having a deep bench. Anyone put inside the court is really able to contribute.
And of course, the only one missing actually is Alfred Valbuena, who's out due to injury. He suited up, but not going to play.
Is on the bench.
Yeah, he
Just
wants
moral
to join.
support.
He wants to join the broadcast panel instead. Sabi ko, he's wearing the wrong uniform. He also tried to take Ayana Perlas' job, but we like Ayana better. Checking for the net touch here, so they're gonna try that again. And instead, Coach Dex shown on screen, much to the delight of the Cignal HD Spikers as they try and show this again. Looking for a net touch. Basta coaching staff, you'll get a cheer here for Cignal HD Spikers.
But you know, all these lengthy breaks, all these lengthy challenges so far in this game has really worked well for the Santa Rosa City Lions.
Well, let's see whether or not it'll work well for them here. So no touch there. Well, there was a bit of movement on the net, but that might have been just because of the momentum, but not because of a touch.
Exactly. So it's just a 3-point game now. Santa Rosa here with a chance to close the gap.
So let's see whether or not Cignal have frozen out this Santa Rosa team like they did the other way. Still Cignal. And that time, Cignal HD, courtesy of Isay Marasigan, able to make it a 20-16 lead.
Isay Marasigan seeing that space for that down-the-line attack. A great decision for him. Austria actually reading that well, just couldn't get into that zone for that defense.
Isay Marasigan. Polvorosa, the acrobatic setup, and the point.
No, credit half the point there for Ish Polvorosa. Really trying to make a good control of that ball to get that set.
And Polvorosa doing a great job. Again, acrobatic setup. Margate on the service line. That time just a bit too much mustard.
And you know, Santa Rosa had a lot of opportunities in this set to gain some momentum, to take good control of the game. But you know, it's the service errors for them that made it impossible.
Timeout on the floor. Let's listen in.
Yun yung sinasabi eh. Ano sinasabi yung maturity sa game eh. Di ba alam natin yung sitwasyon eh. Bakit kailangan pa natin mag-error ng ganun? Okay? Next. Ininsayo natin yan. 40% nagawa natin. Okay? So medyo malaki, kaya pa naman. So again, ang unang-una natin gagawin, kukunin natin yung puntos. Okay? Atake tayo ng maayos. Atake ng maayos. Kaya!
Trying to rally the troops here for a final push, trying to force a fourth frame here against the Cignal HD Spikers. The gap not too big, but then time is running out for the Santa Rosa City Lions.
For Santa Rosa, they need to play consistent volleyball here if they want to extend this game, as again, Cignal is just 4 points away from closing this match.
21-17, a couple substitutions here for Cignal HD Spikers as they look to close it out. Sapat and Jule Asia come back in. Vince Abrot on the service line. And Abrot unable to get his reception game sorted out, 21-18.
Miscue there between Montero and Abrot.
Santa Rosa City Lions are hoping that that could be the start of a little mini run here. And on the other end, JP Bugawan saying, let's go home.
JP Bugawan just very unstoppable in this game. We keep talking about this guy. Look at that elevation. you know, if you have that height and you have that elevation, it's just so difficult to get that in the floor defense. So you would want to slow him down from the net defense.
14 points already for Bugawan, 7 attacks and 7 blocks as well. Great start here for Bugawan in this season, this conference. At that time in Jigha, answering with one of his own. So just 2 away for Cignal HD Spikers from securing their first sweep here of the Invitational Conference.
We talked about Bugawan earlier. This time in Jigha, another middle contributing in the scoring board.
JP Bugawan again on the service line. Trying to wrap things up in quick order here for Cignal HD Spikers. Austria off the block.
Now, Austria saying, let's go, kaya pa.
Need to play perfect volleyball from here on in for Santa Rosa City Lions. That is Gampong on the service line. Good defense here shown by Santa Rosa. Mangid with a dig. Calado saved that one. And Coach Dex actually yelled out to Samangid, that's out, that's out.
Now, it looked like it was gonna go in. You know, De Vera has been really sharp with his angles, that power tips, but great help there from Coach Dex to Sumangid.
Here's for match point. Safe serve. And Austria able to extend this just by a point so far.
Now, Austria has been the lifeline of the Santa Rosa City Lions here towards this end stretch of the game.
Again, Santa Rosa have to pitch a perfect game here. Levi De Vera on the service line. Calado saved. Calado will push it across. And it looks like it's a net touch against Cignal HD. So Santa Rosa still in this.
Austria playing hero here on the side of the Santa Rosa City Lions. Another match point save.
Well, there's a reason why they call him Hero Austria, but let's listen in.
Alright.
May tawagin na lang ko lang.
Oh. Pasa muna. Pasa. Si Chu, favorite ni Chu yan dito, back week.
Okay.
Back week, kasi ang nandito si Hero. So kayang kaya dito yan. Kasi for sure, sasabayan to eh. Magdadalawa dito. Okay? So pasahan ng maayos sa gitna lang. 2 options. Kay Chu una pag magandang pasa. Pangalawa, pwede kang mag-pipe. Sino nasa pipe? Ito. Be ready. Maayos na pasa, maayos na set.
Literally drawing up what could be the final play here.
No, very clear instructions from Coach Dex there. It's just a matter of the HD Spikers executing it perfectly to get this game.
Calado. Austria. The miscue. And that'll be it. As Cignal HD Spikers take down the Santa Rosa City Lions in straight sets. It was a masterclass in set number 2. A better fight coming from Santa Rosa in set number 3. But in the end, Cignal proved to be too much in this contest.
You know, Santa Rosa really trying to rally, but you said it right. Cignal HD Spikers just dominating this game with their talent and skills. They were very sharp and on point.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
You're still watching the Spikers Surf Invitational 2023 conference. Now, of course, that was the match between the Cignal HD Spikers versus the Santa Rosa City Lions. And joining me now is the best player of the game, JP Bugawan, with 14 points, 7 attacks, and 7 blocks. Yes, happy birthday, sir. Of course, JP, congratulations. Welcome back. Your first win of the season. Now, JP, gusto ko lang malaman. Of course, medyo dikit yung laban nung first and third set. Ano yung natutunan nyo in today's game from those two sets?
Siguro yung composure pa sa loob. And then also yung communication nga laging sinasabi na minsan nawawala and then babalik. So, kailangan namin maging consistent about doon. So, para tuloy-tuloy yung galaw namin.
JP, ano yung mindset nyo as a team? Siyempre, kayo yung defending champions. Coming into this new season, maraming mga bagong teams. It's a new season. Ano yung mindset ng team nyo this season?
Laging sinasabi ng coaches namin na reset, zero lahat. Kasi start na ulit ng Spikers Turf. So, panibagong journey. So, mag-start ulit sa pinakamababa hanggang maabot namin yung taas ulit.
JP, last question. Meron bang pressure, especially na nagbabalik yung team, the NU team that made you guys lose your championship crown?
Of course, nandun naman bawat team may pressure talaga. Pero yun nga, bawat game is one at a time yung sinasabi ng coaches. So yun muna, kung ano yung kalaban namin and yun ang paghahandaan.
Thank you so much, JP, and congratulations. Once again, this is JP Bugawan of the Cignal HD Spikers. Back to you, Paulo and Ayan.
Thank you very much. Also, Yana Perlas with JP Bugawan in what was the most entertaining post-game interview because of what happened in the background. But let's take a look at some of the highlights from set number 3. Much closer here. New lineup here for Cignal HD Spikers. But then that just reinforces the fact that grabe ang lalim talaga ng Cignal HD.
Exactly. But on the side of Santa Rosa, they improved their offense on that third set. Some signs of positivity on their end. But again, Cignal just having a deep bench, a lot of talented players, a lot of players capable of scoring. Pretty much the reason why Santa Rosa also struggled defensively and offensively today. And I said it earlier, Santa Rosa improving their attack points. They have 14 in that set compared to the 13 of the Cignal HD Spikers. But Cignal, again, just really banking on their height and that net defense with 3 blocks against 1 of Santa Rosa. And both teams struggled in the service line today, but we also saw some consistency. Both teams with 1 service ace apiece, and both teams really trying to stay consistent. Cignal with 5 errors against the 8 of Santa Rosa City Lions.
Well, the criticism of Santa Rosa after their first game was just how difficult they found it to score, but they look like they're finding their way. Let's take a look at the games happening on Friday. Still here, the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center in Manila. That's on November 3. St. Gerard Construction against Coast Guard will open things up. Then Cignal will go up against Saint Enlates Letran, followed by Sabuk RTU Basilan against Alpha Omega to finish things up and wrap it up for a 3-game schedule on Friday. Maraming salamat to everyone joining us here on Spikers Turf, the Invitational Conference, for all the 4 games. And on behalf of my partner, Ayala Serraniero, and our courtside reporter, Ayana Perlas, have a great day. I'm Paulo De Rosario.